Hello everybody, a quick announcement. In this video I do get a contract offer from the hormone replacement team, HRT, and so there will be a poll in the top right corner of the video that you can go vote in now. The poll is about if you want me to switch teams, stay at Lotus or go to HRT, your decision. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Formula 1 2011 Career Mode. This is episode 12 and today we are at Spa-Francorchamps. I can't say that word, it's very, very hard to say. And of course, again, it's a wet vase. Oh my gosh, I swear I'm cursed or something. But luckily Spa is quite a good track for me. But yeah, I'm in a bad car. Really, I can't get points. Basically, this career mode is going really badly. Sebastian Vettel is leading the championship at the moment, and Mark Webber is in second, which means Red Bull is in first of constructors. Team Lotus is in 10th with 0 points, and I'm in 19th. Here we are in practice, and really, apart from testing out my setup, and of course I'm using my lovely new wheel today, apart from testing with the new wheel, I really didn't do much in practice, to be honest with you. It's not like in F1 2016-17 where you earn resource points. Really, practice is only used for getting used to the track or something else like a wheel, as in my case. But practice can also be used for testing out setups, and so yeah, I did test out a setup, and I am running a fairly high downforce setup today, so that means I will get bogged down a bit through Rouge and on the Camel Straight, and as you can see, I just fail through Rouge because I'm not used to my wheel quite yet. But topping out practice is Sebastian Vettel with Mark Webber not too far behind, and it actually looks very, very, very similar to the Drivers' Championship standings at the minute, which is a little bit eerie, I guess you could say. And in practice we came a really, really, really good 19th place, like always, 19th. Why do I have to come 19th all of the time? It's just so annoying. And this was a fairly important interview, so yes, I am going to talk now in the interviews. And so this was just a simple question, and Spot is asking me about Spa, which, to be honest, I like Spa, so I just said that first one. But the next question is probably very, very crucial, because it wants me to set my rival, and so I'm not going to beat my rival because I haven't got a single point yet, and so it's fairly unlikely. But I chose to choose Rubens Barrichello. So here we are in qualifying. Again, nothing else happened too well in qualifying, but I do seem to be a bit faster with the new wheel and a lot smoother, so I'll leave you guys to enjoy qualifying. so the qualifying starts as follows. Lewis Hamilton will start on pole in the race. Mark Webber and Sebastian Vettel, the two Red Bulls, not too far behind. I had an amazing qualifying, finishing 14th, so I'm quite proud of that, and hopefully we can transfer that into maybe a points finish in the race, so yay. And I got another interview, which wasn't that important again. It wasn't asking me to set rivals or anything, and so it just asked me to qualifying and then teams and, you know. However, I'm not sure why Crofty is asking me if I can win the title with 0 points and I'm in Spa, and so I really hate Crofty asking me that, really do. So here we are in the race at Spa, and as you can see, it is in heavy rain conditions. We are starting on the intermediate tyres, which isn't the best for me. We are starting in 14th place, and our rival now, Rubens Barrichello, is starting in 17th. So hopefully we can maybe beat our rival and do something. So, yep, sure. So here we go for the race start. We get a very slow start as we are in the rain. However, we do get a better start compared to the cars around us. And here we are around turn 1, La Source. Everyone's going very slowly and very wide through La Source. And I've actually lost the position coming into La Source, but that's not to worry. We're going to gain some coming into Rouge Complex now. We're actually into 12th. We've overtaken Hami Alguersuari, and Kobayashi and everyone in front of him is brake checking, so we went very slowly through the normally quite fast and flat out corner. I guess which was a little bit disappointing, but what else can you expect in wet rain conditions? And so this, in fact, as I do post commentary on these, and I know this isn't going to be the highest position I reach in the race. I know, spoiler alert, very disappointing, unfortunate, but I just wasn't really used to the wet conditions actually, and so I lose 2 places through the hairpin, and actually 3, because Buemi comes around me through the corner, which has no name. It's sort of called No Name, but that's not really true. So we're coming out to the end of lap 1, coming around Blanchemont, and we've got our rival Rubens Barrichello in 16th behind us, trying to catch us. However, as I mentioned before, I've got a fairly high downforce setup, and so that means through La Source and the bus stop chicane, I am going to be fairly fast. And so I have caught up to Sebastian Buemi a little bit through the bus stop chicane, coming on to the start from the straight and going on to the dry line, which is off the racing line. And coming into La Source, we do brake very late and go round the outside of Sebastian Buemi, and we'll have a drag race now down the, not the back straight, but the second straight, I guess you could say. And coming into Rouge, I should think he'll back out as he is on the inside. I do have the dominant line. And Hami Alguersuari has gone very slowly through Rouge, and so that does mean I will be able to catch up. And I think we do bump the back of him a little bit, which does sort of mess his line up a little bit. And as you can see, he does sort of have a bit better top speed than me, but I did have the inside line, so I did make that move stick, thankfully. And so we're back up into 13th place, which is fairly successful actually, and only on lap 2, so maybe, of course we can't, but if we could have held this position, that would be very good. But as you can see, the rain is coming down a lot harder now, and these intermediate tyres, to me, they feel very bad and very slow. I mean, the car basically feels like a boat, and Rubens Barrichello does manage to overtake us. And this lap 4, because Spa is such a long track, this is actually our pit stop lap. And so coming into the bus stop chicane, maybe we can try and re-overtake Rubens Barrichello in the pits, but with the state of my pit crew, that's not going to happen, because they're just so damn slow. Like, why are they so slow? Like, seriously. Oh well, we're coming into the pits now, and hopefully we'll get a good pit stop, come out of all this traffic, because as you can see, basically every pit crew is out and pitting the car basically. So changing on to more intermediate tyres, we're having to wait a very long time for cars to go past, and in fact Rubens Barrichello is going to pass us in the pit lane, but you can probably see a sneaky glimpse. He is on wet tyres, orange walled wet tyres, and I'm on the intermediate tyres. And as soon as I come out the pit lane, I can feel on my wheel that that was the wrong decision. I should have changed onto wet tyres. I thought maybe the game/team would do it for me automatically. That's just not the case. And as you can see on the race director, everyone, apart from me, is on wet tyres, and so I made a drastically bad decision there. On the current lap 5, Hami Alguersuari has overtaken me coming into Rochemont, and I'm basically just a passenger in this car. I'm really not controlling it at all, and that's not my fault. And so coming into the bus stop chicane, I'm pitting again to put wet tyres on, as I really can't race with this, and I'll just do absolutely terribly. I actually tapped the pit entrance wall there, unfortunately, and coming into the pit stop, as you can see, we have got wet tyres on now, thankfully, full wets. So maybe this will be better for us. So coming out of the pit lane now, Sebastian Buemi just about manages to get past us. I think he might have had an incident or something, as he was right up there. We were battling around, the mid-10s. That makes no sense whatsoever, but you probably know what I mean. And so we're on lap 7 now, and we're coming up to the hormone replacement team. Oh, sorry, I mean HRT. Antonio Liuzzi. And we are quite far behind him. I didn't think I'd really go for the overtake here, but in true Daniel Ricciardo style, I dive bomb into La Source turn 1, and we actually make a position there, which was very fortunate. I really didn't think I could really make that. That really surprised me, actually. And now coming on to the last lap of Grand Prix, basically the laps in between were filled with nothingness and boring wet racing, slow wet racing. That was it, really. As you can see, Schumacher has actually set the fastest lap, which is quite interesting. Sebastian Vettel, the championship leader, is winning the Grand Prix, but as you can see, I actually go down the inside of Narain Karthikeyan and force him out wide, as at this point I was extremely frustrated. And so that is one more position, but that is a very high loss there. That's 7 places lost, as you can probably see in a few seconds, and that was, there we go. That was very, very disappointing. Very unfortunate. Sebastian Vettel won the Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton and Felipe Massa were joining on the podium. 3 different teams on the podium, which is quite interesting, and in the top 6, there's 6 different teams, so that was a very interesting wet race at Spa if you were a spectator, but for me, as a driver, that was a terrible race. Absolutely terrible. Very unfortunate. I couldn't do much about that. Even my teammate beat me. That was just appalling, really. And coming into the Drivers' Championship, of course, 2 Red Bulls lead. However, Lewis Hamilton stays in 3rd, but Felipe Massa and Jenson Button have swapped places. So that's a bit of a Drivers' Championship shake-off. And I bet you can guess where I am in the Drivers' Championship. Yep. You were right, I'm still 19th. It's fair. I will get out of 19th one day. Even if it's going down to 20th, it'd be better than 19th, because I'm stuck in 19th forever, basically. Even Constructors Lotus is still 10th, because our team is terrible and still have 0 points. And Red Bull is still in the lead, because their team is amazing and had lots of points. Oh dear, that was an absolutely terrible race. I just can't believe that. But thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. But more importantly, as you can see here, and probably mentioned before in the episode, I've been offered a contract by HRT, Hormone Replacement Team. After overtaking both of their drivers at this race, have offered me a contract to be at their team. I'm not sure when, but I should think it might be through the end of this year. So if you want to see me race for HRT, go into the top right corner into the card section and click on that poll. If you want me to stay at Lotus, vote Lotus. If you want me to go to HRT, vote HRT. So the next race, round 13, is going to be at Italy, Monza, and so with a relatively low power car, I'm not expecting very high results, but hopefully it won't be a wet race, because I am just bored of wet races at the minute. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.